A wave of nostalgia washes over me as I walk in this neighborhood. You were more than just a place. You were the backdrop of my formative years, filled with laughter, friendship, and countless adventures. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the place that will forever hold a special place in my heart.
Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word.
To the streets where we played, the parks where we explored, and the houses that witnessed our growth. Thank you for providing a safe haven, a canvas upon which we painted the vivid tapestry of our childhood. The memories we created together are etched in my mind, and they continue to bring a smile to my face. I remember the sound of our laughter echoing through the streets and the joyous cries of playfulness. We rode our bicycles, scooters, and rollerblades up and down the street.
Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere.
We created make-believe worlds and dreamed of endless possibilities. The memories we made together remain an integral part of who I am today. The corner store where we purchased our favorite treats and the park bench where we shared secrets, each of these places added richness to our lives. As time passes and we venture into the wider world, I carry the essence of our childhood neighborhood with me. Though I may have physically left, my connection to you remains unbroken. I cherish the memories we made, the lessons we learned, and the friendships we forged.
I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you.
You will forever hold a special place in my heart, a testament to the power of community and the profound impact it has on shaping our lives. Thank you to my childhood neighborhood for being in the backdrop of my youth. With gratitude and fond memories. Love, Des. I've been going down this line.
I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you.
What's up everyone? My name is Desiree LeCap, aka LeCapture. I'm a filmmaker who also shares film tips and tricks all across social media. I hope you're ready yet again to learn how to create videos that stand out, because I'm here to walk you through what it takes to do so. From pre-production to post-production and then almost everything in between. I got you. So the short that you saw in the beginning was something I've always wanted to do. It's been a lingering idea for a while now. It's like an ode to my childhood neighborhood, and it means a lot because I am who I am today because of the memories I've created while growing up there. This was solely a passion project of mine, and I truly believe that creating things that help you tell a story about who you are as a person and then being able to share it with the world gives a different type of spark within. Sometimes, as a filmmaker who does gigs for businesses, brands, or music videos for artists, or collaborations, whatever it is, I tend to get lost in why I started in the first place, right? Like a little too overcrowded, trying to do too much. Like I always want to have fun when creating, so when I do feel myself burning out from doing too much, a good way to remind myself where I came from and why I started is to do passion projects and even pick up random hobbies here and there, because doing nothing is definitely something. So overall, I tell myself to at least do one passion project every other month. That way I'm feeding my soul and doing things that I truly want to create. Okay, with that being said, I want to walk y'all through a step-by-step process of how you could create videos that stand out. Not only that, but this whole process helps with organization and execution. And again, this process helps not only for passion projects, but especially when working with a client to help execute winning content for their businesses or brands or music. So my whole process from pre-plan to overall execution starts with a brain dump. Once an idea is like downloaded into my head, I tend to grab my notebook and I literally write down anything and everything that comes to mind to help expand the idea. Writing is a form of expression, and personally, when I write, whether it's for personal or projects, there's a ton of light bulb moments, things I didn't think I would realize or learn at all. Once you have a clear direction, you end up capturing with intent and focus on the overall point and purpose. So from the scribbles on the pages, I then organize it electronically, either on Google Doc or on Milanote, so that way my whole project is organized. Something about having everything in one place really does help keep everything organized. Organization, that is the key here. Before I shoot anything, unless it's very much on the spot, I always build a script, a shot list, and a storyboard. This is extremely helpful with knowing what's to film and gives an idea of what the final video will potentially look like. Now, I do want to express, if you are just starting out, this could be a very overwhelming process. So do what helps you from the get first, and then as you grow, you'll adapt to changes and the process of the overall production. With that being said, this is just a place to start from, because once I start shooting on location, I tend to discover new angles and my story develops as I work through the process. So don't be so fixed on the idea. Let it breathe and expand if needed. Now in Milanote, I have my project as a board. In there, I have my shot references that I want to manipulate when I'm on location. I have my gear list, storyboard, script, checklists, and shot lists. A good way to create a shot list is either creating a table in Google Doc with the shot number, scene, camera work, lighting, action, notes, etc., whatever helps you stay organized. Or Studio Binder actually has a shot list template that you could download for free as well. With my plan, place, and everything ready, we're ready to shoot. The shot list created in the pre-production process helped a lot, because going in blind sometimes can kill a ton of time that we do not have, especially because we're either racing against the weather or with natural lighting outdoors. When you're filming anything, you could always capture way more than you had planned, and when you're capturing B-roll, make sure to capture a wide variety of shots and get at least 15 to 20 seconds of each clip. Having this type of coverage will give you a lot to play with in the edit. As for gear, I was using the Lumix S5 Mark IIX. My settings were 6K 3x2, which allowed me to film open gate. More on this later, but it does mean I'm filming using the whole sensor rather than it being cropped to 16:9, and then it allows me flexibility in post when reframing. For color profile, I filmed in Vlog, which is a flat profile, allowing me to color correct and grade to my liking in post. And because I was filming in 6K, of course it does require a ton of storage. So with that, I rigged up my phone mount onto my camera, and then I used gaffer tape to actually grip the SSD since I didn't have a proper attachment. But I mean, it worked. I had to work with what I had. But with this, the footage recorded went directly into the SSD rather than the SD card. What I've learned throughout my years as a filmmaker is not to be afraid of things going wrong on set. Instead, embrace it and pivot rather than panic. Because chances are, no matter how prepared you are for a production shoot, big or small, there is always something that throws it off. So don't be afraid of messing up. We ain't perfect, so don't expect perfection from your craft. Embrace the bloopers and honestly, just have fun with it. Now, post-production. During the brain dumping process, I expanded my idea with the voiceover that you guys heard that underlaid the supporting visuals. So with that, I pre-recorded it at home actually, so that way I knew how long the video was gonna be and how much coverage I needed to cover the entire time. Like I mentioned earlier, since I recorded straight into the SSD, which was super convenient, I start with backing up my files onto another drive. Backing up files always reassures that no matter what happens to a drive, you'll always have it safely somewhere else. With this, I create folders within a master folder, say named date and then the title of the project. And then within that folder, it'll be like 01 footage, 02 project file, 03 assets, 04 exports, etc. I do the same exact thing when creating bins in my project file in Premiere. Creating folders helps you stay very organized. This helps especially when importing your folders into Premiere, as the bins are organized similarly. So to simply explain my post-production steps, I'm gonna generally break it down for you. Once my footage has been imported and organized, I start with coloring my A-roll talking head footage and then editing it, which is this, me talking to camera in my home studio. I cut off any empty spaces and bloopers, ensuring the first layer cut is tight and clean. After that, I'll begin editing my intro. For this, it was the short film about my childhood neighborhood that was in the beginning of this video. I always start with finding music first, that way I know the vibe of the overall short film or video, especially separating my dialogue or VO with the music and allowing that to accompany each other to be one whole like symphony. You want the visuals and the sound design layering with the ambient noise or environment or wherever you see kids playing in the background. So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're editing, because that really does help bring your audience closer and make them feel some type of way. From there, I'll duplicate my sequences, the talking head one and the short film one, because those were two separate sequences. I'll always duplicate it. And then I'll put those two together on one sequence. From there, we basically have a completed timeline, and this can honestly be posted, but I think sometimes it's necessary to add a second layer of footage to keep my viewers engaged or to show examples of what I'm talking about. So in this case, I always add B-roll that accompanies what I'm saying. You don't always have to do this, like it could be just straight on talking to camera, but when I state examples, it's best to show what I mean or to simply cover some jump cuts. Now, my favorite part of the post-production process, color grading. I filmed this in Vlog, meaning a flat profile, which allows me to color correct and grade the way I see it. This can honestly take up most of the time for my post process. I usually just color in Premiere, starting with inputting my LUT or Rec 709, which brings back the natural look of the clip. From there, I'll just start playing around with my curves, wheels, colors, and then just color grading it until I'm pretty satisfied with the overall look and feel. Now, say the timeline is completed, it's done, I'm exporting it, posting on YouTube, but I want to post some things to promote on social media. But to do that, I'd either have to film vertical or wide enough if I wanted to reframe for 9:16 vertical. But look, I mentioned earlier my camera settings was 6K open gate. Again, meaning I'm able to film using the whole 3x2 sensor. So because of that, once I take my favorite parts of the video to promote on social, here are my steps. I'm duplicating my timeline, and then I'm changing my sequence to 1080 by 1920. Typically filming in 16:9 horizontal, it would look way too punched in and pretty tight. But because I filmed open gate, now it looks like this. More wide and as if I filmed this in vertical. This whole process helps me execute from A to Z, brain dumping and just writing anything and everything that comes to my mind, because that's what helps me expand my idea, organizing that electronically. So now I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do. Creating a checklist for yourself is very useful, because as you check those off, you feel accomplished. Now it's on to the next thing that you're trying to achieve. Shot lists, storyboard, pulling references, pulling inspiration online. Once you've had all your pre-planning stuff, your schedule, your location, all of those things organized, you're now filming. There are so many things to keep in mind as you're filming, whether it's alone or for a brand or an entire production with crew and cast. At the end of the day, when life throws you lemons, you make lemonade with it, because no matter how organized you are, it may not always go your way, so you gotta be ready to pivot rather than panic. Then lastly, post-production. I honestly feel like post-production is where the magic genuinely comes to life. It's a puzzle piece, and you're layering music and sound and color, and you're putting everything together, and it just creates this one big beautiful symphony. of cinematics. Overall, embrace your creativity and passion. Don't let gear hold you back, or don't let fear be the reason you do not pursue your ideas. Making videos is a form of self-expression, so embrace being you and your unique creativity, letting your passion shine through whatever type of creativity or content it is. Start with what you have, learn and improve continuously, be consistent and persistent, experiment and take risks, and engage with other people, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. The biggest thing I carry and what's gotten me this far is commitment, consistency, determination, dedication, the passion to want to share this type of information with you so you can grow into the greatest that you can be. You can have the idea and see it clearly, but if you don't have the determination to get up and execute it, it means nothing. So go out there, embrace your creativity, and share your unique voice with the world. I truly hope you took something away from this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on them post notifications on, because I'm coming in hot with some fire content this year. Appreciate you for tuning in. Keep being great, go out and create, and have fun doing it. I'll see y'all at the next video. Peace.